What is up, everybody? This is Everett Cards, and welcome back to episode 15 of Cardboard Talks. Now, do you remember what happened in last week's episode? Honestly, I don't, and I'm looking now. We talked last week about basically what I'm up to during this whole virus outbreak, how busy I've been, and what I've been trying to get up to in my free time. I talked a lot about the papers and assignments I have due for my 5 classes, as well as the fact that I'm still working my 2 jobs. Today I turned in a 13-page paper that barely met word count. In fact, was exactly 3,000 words and could not go above 3,000 words. So that was, I guess you could say, exciting to say the least. And there's, of course, more to do. But right now I want to talk to you guys about cards, and that is why we are all here. This week we're talking about the pros and cons of college products. We're leaning more away from Leaf, Sage, those kinds of products, and we're talking more about like Panini draft picks. Panini is something that has been blowing up here recently, and honestly, can you blame it with everything that's been going on? But also the fact that they make Optic and Prism that just goes for buku amounts and you can't even find anywhere in the wild. A friend of mine today told me he was at Target and found somebody with a cart full of 20 boxes of Optic basketball, which I still have yet to see in the wild. Actually, I take that back. My friend, same one, told me that while this did happen, we were out one time before this outbreak, and he did, in fact, find one box. We did not get lucky or find anything in it, but it was still really cool to find at least one box very well hidden out in the wild. So we're going to go back to this. Right now, I'm talking majorly about Panini draft picks of this year. Now, we all know that the viral outbreak, illness, disease, whatever you want to call it, has affected everything so much so to where sports have been canceled for the foreseeable future, including all major sports, and yes, even including the XFL. If you even watch that, I do not, so I don't really even consider it that huge of a deal. But what is a bigger deal is the fact that draft picks is flying off the shelves everywhere I see it. Now, I am personally not somebody who is a fan of a product that has players in NFL jerseys. I've gotten packs of it before, like boom boxes, and when you put in Todd Gurley or Julio Jones or Matt Ryan in their old college unis, it's a cool throwback. I personally am not a fan of players in their college unis unless I PC them, in which case I will get Patrick Mahomes cards when he's in his Texas uniform. Irregardless, we're going to talk about the pros and cons today of basically Panini draft picks. I've seen blasters will go for $20 and people will buy them and resell them for $35. Is this a trend that is going to continue every single time Prism comes out or Optic comes out in the basketball or football communities? I really hope not, because at this point it will get annoying if I want a product and every time I go to get it, it's gone because people are buying it and reselling it. We did do an episode about that a while back, about why we couldn't find Optic on the shelves or Hoops on the shelf at our local retailers and why the prices were so high. And back then I said a limit would be nice, but a limit of 3 or 4 boxes to where everybody would still get their fill, people would make money, and everybody would be happy. Pros all around, just not as big of a pro, not as big of a money-making, I won't call it a scheme, a money-making opportunity as many would like, but that would give everybody else, at least some other people, an opportunity to be able to get some packs or some boxes of a product that is very hard to find, is being marked up, almost doubled if not more, online. But let's go back to Panini draft picks. Pros more than cons this week, honestly. I wanted to be a little nicer towards Panini products. I prefer Panini over Topps in football and in basketball. And then when you switch over to baseball, I'm a Topps guy. I like both companies. I think they both do good jobs. I don't like Optic baseball. I don't like Chrome that much, but that's just me. That's who I am. Anything with a low number of hits in a box, I don't care for, or if they're in a college uni. So that is just my opinion. I know we're all different, but a pro for this product is that they will come out before NFL products actually do. So normally one of the first products we see before the season starts is Score. And even in Score, when you pull autos or rookies, players are in their college unis. which, as I've noted on my sheet here, is really good for college fans and collectors. If you're an Alabama fan, you pull an Alabama auto, irregardless of who it is, you're going to know who it is, even if they're not a high draft pick. So I see that as a pro. I also see products like Prism draft picks. Honestly, they look great. In the few packs that I got last year of Prism draft picks and other draft pick type products, where you got like one hit a box or one hit a pack, you really did see low numbered stuff. Cards looked good serial numbered low cards. I was very happy with that. I think I pulled 2 or 3 cards numbered to 10 or less out of the packs I opened last year. And again, I don't open much college uniformed stuff. This is really our first real look at future players before they get drafted to their teams, before they're in their uniforms. And it gives everybody, a look at how a player looks on a more professional card. Yes, other people can print cards, but they don't look as good as Panini or Topps do, just because, it's better just quality. It's better gloss on the card. It's better autographs and things like that. Compared to if you look at Sage type products, they don't look as cool, or Leaf more or less is the same way. I really do enjoy what Panini does with their stuff, and I think they do a really good job. On the flip side, though, I will say, of course, this is again my opinion, and I have said it before, there are no NFL uniforms really in this type of a product, which for me is a thing that kind of gets me out and away from the product. And again, I know people have different opinions on that, but that's just mine. I will also say that the value does drop on these when actual NFL products come out and the players are in their NFL uniforms. So if you are buying this product and you hit somebody big, chances are you might want to get rid of it before it comes out with companies come out with actual like NFL licensed cards where the players are shown holding their jerseys on draft day, which this year probably won't happen, or things like that. If you can sell it the day it comes out or a couple days after the product comes out, you're going to get more than you're going to get a week after it comes out, for example, or a month for sure. And you can take that and you can put it into a card of them actually wearing their NFL uniform, if that is, of course, what you want. Players who also go unsigned or undrafted could end up signing autos in these products as well, which is kind of something I personally don't like. There's a lot of free agency autograph kind of things. Players who don't get signed, you'll see and you'll question, you'll wonder, who is this person? Maybe they weren't in the Big Ten or the conference that your team is in, so you've never heard of them. Or if we have products like we had last year, I'm trying to think, I did a lot of breaks of Legacy, I think it was Legacy, where we did pull, it was a lot of veteran autos. We did pull like a Philip Lindsay and things like that, but you also do pull a lot of autographs of players who are unsigned as well and are rookies still in college uniforms. So Score, Legacy, and I know there's more, but those are the two off the top of my head that I can think of where they're in college unis, but everybody gets excited for a new product. Everybody wants to rip it, and I completely understand. It is the new class. It could be a great class this year. It could be terrible. We don't know until probably halfway through the year to a year how good these players are going to be, how good these players are going to do in their NFL teams, in the NFL itself, and in their rosters with their teammates. I will say lastly, a con is that Prism Optic, just like I said earlier, is highly sought after. Their resale values are double basically marked up, and it makes it hard for the common collector, especially now with quarantines out and people not supposed to be going to their local Walmart, Target, wherever, just to get cards and instead to get groceries and things like that. I'm honestly surprised that those kinds of things are still being stocked in Walmarts and Targets, and that those kinds of stocking businesses who only stock cards are still able to do that. Now, I don't know if they only stock those. Of course, they could stock in other areas. I've never worked in that position, so I'm not one to justify my opinion or my thoughts on that. But I really hope that people can pull some good stuff, of course, and I probably won't buy any of this. I did have the opportunity to buy some hobby packs. I said no. I bought some other packs, which you guys will see in a random pack opening video, episode number 22 this week. I will say about that video that I did pull a hit from every product, and I did pull a first-rounder auto out of last year's NBA class. So be sure to watch out for that. I did buy Hoops from last year, Gypsy Queen from this year, and I think I pulled, it was 2013, 2014. I went Giannis hunting again. I've only pulled one ever since I got rid of my old one, so you regret getting rid of cards and then you want them back immediately after. So that is all I really have to say about Prism draft picks and college type products. If you're going to get a college product, Prism draft picks will be more expensive, but I think it holds better value over time than Sage will or Leaf will as well, especially with Leaf more or less being like a memorabilia off-brand kind of thing. Nothing against Leaf. I've bought plenty of Leaf products. I have Leaf jerseys, helmets, etc., and they've provided opportunities for collectors to get cool things and not just cards. So, but that is what I have to say about that. If you guys have any opinions on how you think these cards look, whether you don't like how they look in their college uniforms or you do like it, let me know down below. And this is also very exciting for those players who are going to be, in the NFL here soon. Teams who are looking for these players, fans who are hoping their teams, sign these players and things like that. It's very exciting for them to have these cards out, and it just makes football season seem even closer than it is. But we don't even have baseball season right now, so who knows when that will be, and I hope that is very soon. But that is all for me this week, guys. Thank you so much for listening and watching. And if you guys have an idea for a future episode, because I am starting to run out of ideas and script at the bottom of the barrel, I've got about 5 to 10 more ideas on future episodes. Feel free to always comment down below. You'll get a little shout out. I'll add you to the list if I like the idea. And that is it. Thank you guys again for listening, watching, and subscribing, and I will talk to you all later.